Hi guys, this is Miss Aljade and welcome to another video on angles. At this point, we are going to learn the different classification of angles according to measure. Now, suppose we have the angle we had on the example before. So we have angle A or angle BAC or angle CAB, whichever you want to call it. Now, if we want to measure this angle using a protractor, you know, and you should know, that you point this on your 0 degrees and this on the center of your protractor, and whatever number is pointed by this side of or this arrow over here is the measurement of your angle. All right, again, you point this out at 0 degrees. You make sure the vertex is at the center of your protractor. There is that point or that point there. And then whatever is pointed out by this arrow over here, what number, that is of course in line with 0 or aligned with 0, is the measurement of your angle. Now, say we put this on a Cartesian plane here, where again your C here, if we measure this, this is pointed out at 0 degrees. And this is n degrees. And you measure it from 0 to n. Now, this ray AC here, over here, is what you call the initial side, where again, initial side pointed out at 0 degrees. And your terminal side is ray AB. First classification is a 0 angle. Now, suppose we have here a line or a ray rather on the x-axis. This is your initial side. And another ray here on the x-axis still. And this is your terminal side, the yellow one. This forms a 0 degree angle. Second classification. Suppose we have still our vertex at the origin here. And then we have our initial side here. If the terminal side of your angle lies within your quadrant 1, that means that that angle is an acute angle. Alright? Now, when do we say, according to measure, that the angle is acute? If given, suppose you have angle A is acute if and only if angle A is greater than 0 degrees, but less than 90 degrees. Again, it is considered an acute if in the Cartesian plane here, given the vertex at your origin or at 0, 0, your initial side here on the x, your terminal side lies within the quadrant 1. That means that that angle is an acute angle. Now, suppose that your initial side lies still on the x-axis, positive, and your terminal side lies on the positive y-axis. Sorry. This is on the y-axis. That means your angle is a right angle. Now, how do we determine if an angle is right according to its measure? If the angle, let's say your angle A, is equal to 90 degrees. All right, again, it's a right angle if the initial side lies on the x-axis over here, and the terminal side lies on the y-axis, both positive x and y. This is a right angle, and the measurement is always equal to 90. Now, if the angle is measured 89.9999, that's not a right angle. If it's measured 90.01, that's not a right angle, because you can consider an angle right if and only if it is exactly 90 degrees. Now, suppose your initial side still on the same position here on the x-axis, and your terminal side is at quadrant 2 here. Same, your vertex is at 0, 0. Forgive my drawing class. There you go. This angle right here is an obtuse angle. Again, if your initial side is here on the x-axis and your terminal side lies within your quadrant 2, your Cartesian plane, that means that's an obtuse angle. Now, when do we determine according to measure that an angle is obtuse? Given angle A, it is obtuse if and only if it is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180 degrees. Again, it is considered obtuse, or an angle is obtuse if and only if the measure of the angle is greater than 90 degrees over here, but less than 180 degrees. Now, suppose your initial side, still on here, in here rather, the positive x, and your terminal side lies directly on the x-axis and the negative part here, initial side to your terminal side. That means that this angle is a straight angle. When do we determine that an angle is straight? If and only if, suppose we have angle A, the measure is exactly 180 degrees. Again, we consider an angle as a straight angle if the initial side lies on the x-axis over here, the positive, and here, the terminal side on the negative. This is a straight angle whose measure is exactly 180 degrees. Now, suppose our initial side is here on your x-axis, and your terminal side lies between the third quadrant, or even on your fourth quadrant, here or here. It's your angle. You measure it from initial side to your terminal side. That's what we call reflex angle. Again, initial side here on the x-axis, and your terminal side lies on the third quadrant. This is quadrant 3, and this is quadrant 4. That angle is what we call a reflex angle. Now, how do we determine if it's a reflex angle given this measure or a measure? Suppose we have angle A. It's a reflex angle if and only if A is greater than 180 degrees, but A is less than 360 degrees. Again, it's a reflex angle if the measure of the angle is greater than 180 degrees over here, but less than 360 degrees. And you should take note, one revolution, is equal to 360 degrees. One revolution, and as you have noticed, we created a circle. To summarize, these are the classification of angles according to measure. It's 0. If it's exactly 0 degrees, it's a 0 angle. If it's greater than 0 but less than 90, that's an acute angle. If it's exactly 90 degrees, right angle. Greater than 90 but less than 180, obtuse angle. If it's 180 degrees, it's a straight angle. And if it's greater than 180 but less than 360 degrees, it's a reflex angle. Now, take note again, the terminal side of your acute angle lies on your quadrant 1. Your obtuse angle, or the terminal side of your obtuse angle, lies on quadrant 2. The terminal side of a reflex angle lies on quadrant 3 and quadrant 4. That's it for this video. Stay safe and stay sane. Adios.